Alright, we're back at the range today with a rifle I've had for quite some time. But I believe I've only had this to the range once. And it was having some ejection issues the last time. And I just fired one shell and it ejected just fine. But that was a brass case shell. So what I've got today, I've got 3 reloads in there. 155 grain Lee cast bullets. These ones are high-tech coated. A number of years ago, I was at not Dartmouth Surplus, Nova Tactical. I think they've changed their name, but anyway, they had an ammo can full of this 7.62 x 39, but it was all different ones. So I made him pick me out. You know, I asked for all the same head stamp because I could tell, like, there was these copper wash ones, there were lacquered ones, some had sealant, some didn't. So I got them, I put them in a 50 round box similar to this. I was looking at them the other day. Some of them have a little bit of corrosion starting on them, and I went through all the ones that were lacquer sealed were fine. It's all these ones, and there's 2 different head stamps. Let's see. 31113. These are kind of a rounded tip one, and 6183. These are more of a blunted tip, but they're all getting just a little bit of corrosion, so we're gonna get rid of them. But first, let's see what this does. Okay, so that one didn't come out, but it didn't cycle up real hard either. Alright, so those brass case ones cycled just fine. There's nothing wrong with the rifle. Quite possibly it just doesn't like this ammo. Maybe the ejector's a little bit weak. Let's go down and mark those holes, see where they went, and we'll come back and fire some steel cased stuff. Alright, so there's those 3 shots. There's these 3. That one I fired off camera. This rifle has actually quite a soft trigger. I wasn't expecting it. It kind of caught me by surprise. So those are 160 grain Lee. I believe I used, what did I use on that? I don't know. It was a jacketed load data load with a cast bullet. Sometimes that doesn't work out. Sometimes it does. So I suspect the 125s, 123s, whatever the steel case ones are going to be up there. Cast bullets push a lot easier than jacketed bullets. So you would think that would mean more velocity, but in actuality, a lot of times what happens is it doesn't build the pressure in the barrel that it should for that powder to work right, and you end up with horrible groups. This is at 50 yards. But also, I didn't take a whole lot of time. But we're gonna take some shots with the steel stuff, and probably not gonna adjust the scope. Wherever they hit, they hit. We'll just shoot for groups because I got a bunch more of the steel stuff. Next time I come to the range, I'll get rid of all that, and that's it. I'm not buying any more steel unless I can find non-corrosive stuff. So this rifle has a little bit of pitting in the barrel, where the last owner shot it and left it and it corroded, but it's not at the muzzle. It's like 6 inches down from the tip, and it's not horrible. But anyway, we're gonna make sure that doesn't happen anymore. And what we're gonna do that is get rid of this corrosive ammo and shoot good stuff from now on. So let's set up for the next few shots. All right, I can't remember if I gave you any background info on this rifle or not, so I'm going to do it again. Norinco JW 103, I believe. 3 or 5. You know, it doesn't say. It just says made in China by Bosley Small Arms. It's the Bush Ranger 7.62 by 39 C-L caliber, whatever. Anyway, as I was saying before, there's 2 different types of ammo here, so we're gonna try and pick out the blunty ones. I had to throw one of these away because it was really badly corroded. But for the most part, these aren't too bad. Anyway, back to the rifle. Norinco JW 103, the Bush Ranger. They made a 105 as well, and 223 Remington with sights. This one comes without sights. You know, other than the lack of parts, if you needed any, these are great little rifles. They're cheap. I would kind of put them in the same class as the Savage 340s, but handy little rifle, handy as hell. Let's see what it does here. Yeah, so it didn't really eject that one too great. So primary extraction's a little bit tight on it, but as long as you cycle the action fairly fast, it seems to be doing just fine. All right, let's load some of the other ones. So those ones were the 311-13. These ones are the 6183 head stamp. One thing I will say about this, this is an overgrown rimfire. Right here, these are super sharp. You can see that sharp edge right there. I think I'd be real tempted, if I was using this a lot, to file those down. All right. Yeah, so the steel case stuff, primary extraction is fairly tough on it, but not too concerned about it. Also, I have noticed a pattern on the ejection problem. it's always the first round out of 5. That being said, if I was taking this hunting, which I may do, I just load 4 rounds on it. There's no way I'm going to find another magazine for these now. Let's go take a look at my target, see what kind of damage we're doing. I can see it in the scope. It's kind of just off to the left. Alright, so there's a 10-shot group of shitty steel case. Fairly rapid shooting. Like, I'm just, you know, I'm not aiming here. I'm aiming anywhere in here. So, I would say I could probably cut that group in half if I wanted to. Maybe we'll do a 4-shot group, because we know the first one doesn't eject rate. Point of aim will be here, and then we'll call it a day. I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with this range trip, because I looked for one of these for a lot of years. When I was in a financial situation where I could afford to go buy guns whenever they came on sale, most of the Norinco stuff was gone. You could still get the 103 or the 105, the 223 model, but I didn't bother with that. Nova Scotia, you can't hunt deer with it. The only thing you do is go to the range. I like utilitarian stuff. That's the same reason I never bothered much with handguns. Take them to the range, but that's it. You know, if you go trapping with them, or, you know, wilderness survival, whatever, I'd probably have a couple, but, well, wouldn't matter now anyway. So, let's see. See, that one ejected just fine. That one I pulled to the right just a little bit. See, ejected fine. Let's go see what we can do when we take... I did it again. I pressed pause while I was still talking. So, we'll see what we can do when we spend a little more time aiming. Keep in mind, this is shitty bulk machine gun ammo. I wouldn't expect, even out of a nice rifle, to have much better than a 2-inch group at 100, which would be an inch at 50. So you got cheap ammo, a cheap gun. That's a $200 gun. When it was purchased, I think I paid $4 for it, but that was a number of years after they stopped bringing them into the country. So, all right. So the group didn't really improve all that much. I was pretty sure I pulled this one, but still, I mean, that's gonna take down a deer. So let's call this video done for today, guys. Next time I go to the range, we're going to bring some good targets. We're going to get the rifle zeroed, and then we'll put the rest of that steel case ammo through it. And at the end, I've got a little bit of S&B 150 grain soft points. We'll zero it in for that, and might take it hunting. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. And if anybody has a JW103, let me know if you have the same ejection issue on a full magazine. Thanks.